First off, the Dexter fandom. Everybody that I know who's ever watched this show
is excited.
Adores the show.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I was like, I have to step out of mom life. I have to step out of
Yes.
Christina Milian. I have to step into Maria LaGuerta.
Greetings, my sinisterly loyal Dexter fans, and welcome to another episode of Final Cut, your go-to destination for all things Dexter and the official after show for Dexter Original Sin. I'm your host, Jamie Chung, and I'm here to guide you through every spine-tingling detail of this week's episode. Today, we're here with a very special guest joining us. She's a multi-talented actress, singer, producer, writer, entrepreneur, and a true icon in the world of entertainment. And now she's captivating us once again on Dexter Original Sin as Maria LaGuerta. Please give a warm welcome to the one and only Christina Milian.
Woo! Hi, what an intro. My goodness, you're a pro and I feel really cool.
It's easy to hype someone like you up.
I got hyped up. My head is like this right now.
I can only concentrate on one thing. I like to dive into a character. I do all the work, that's it. I don't think about directing or producing.
Yeah.
You do everything, so what inspired you first?
Since I was a kid, I knew I had this thing. I wanted to entertain, I wanted to perform, but I didn't want to have limitations. And so I grew up watching people like Shirley Temple, and I'd watched Diana Ross, who went from the Supremes to a solo artist to doing the movie Mahogany.
Yes.
So these people inspired me, really, and I said, why limit myself? I
Man.
can try it all. And then my dad told me, as a woman, make sure you always take care of yourself. He's like, if you want to work, go get a job, do this, be the best that you can be at whatever it is that you want to do, and have like a plan B and plan C, and now I have like plan A through Z.
I mean, you have the whole outfit
But I love
on lock.
it. My energy is like that. I love multitasking.
Being on Original Sin, being on a show of this caliber, how does one prepare for something like that?
I feel like I prayed for it and it happened. Luna Lauren Velez played the original Maria LaGuerta, and I studied some of her interviews. I just wanted to hear what she had to say about Maria. I watched her, she inspired me. I did the tape, they sent it in, and like a month later I got a call. I was gonna have a callback, yeah.
Oh, a callback,
It was like
okay.
a callback, and the callback was technically, they were like, it ended up being a test.
Was it with Clyde in the room and Scott?
Clyde was on
Okay.
and it was at 2:00 in the morning.
Your time?
My time in Paris, and I'm on live, doing this. And I was like, the first person that I saw was Clyde and John and everybody, and it turns out I'd worked with Clyde years ago. One
what
of my
show?
first jobs I'd ever done. It was a show called Get Real.
Get out of here.
Yeah, and
what
it
a
was
small
with Anne
world.
Hathaway, and it was one of my first big roles I got to do. And I was just talking about the show like a year ago, saying how great the show was. And so when he popped up and he said, we worked together a long time ago on Get Real, and I was like, no way, I was talking about it. I was like, in my heart, I was like, that was great material. This is meant to be. So the second I finished the audition, they were like, great job. And I got off with them, and I swear I was on the floor like, thank you, God, thank you, thank you. I just felt good. It felt good.
And
I
how
just
soon
felt
after
like
did
I
you-
did good. And then
That's a
I
good
think
feeling.
like days later, it wasn't very long, I found out I got the job, so.
So let's dive into the episode. Episode 3 is titled Miami Vice, and it is the very first time that we get to meet Maria LaGuerta. How is it like putting on the costume, coming onto that set, coming out of the elevators when your heels
yeah.
first hit the pavement?
Shoulder pads, big gold
honey,
earrings. She's
you
got the hair done.
embodied her.
They're not afraid to play around with her wardrobe, especially
No.
like the pink lipsticks and the blues and the royal. It actually was kind of awkward for me because I've played cop roles before, I've played detective roles before. In most cases, I've actually been in a uniform, and this was the first time. This is a woman who's stepping into the department and it's all full of men.
Yes.
And even my first day on set, I'm
Yeah.
like, my hair's done and everything. I'm used to being a little bit more hard,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
in pants
Yeah.
and being to fit in with the guys. But in this case, she's not trying to fit in with anybody. And I love her confidence in the way that she exudes that, even in the way that she dresses. She takes the time to make sure she looks good, but not for anybody else. It's really about a feeling. It took me a second to kind of take that in. And I was really nervous about I don't know, I walk in skirts and dresses all day. But something about being Maria LaGuerta and being dressed like that put me into that character, and it's not your usual. It's not your usual.
Were you
don't get to see
nervous
it all
when you
the
first
time.
stepped onto the set?
Absolutely. I was so nervous. It took
Well,
me
it didn't show.
weeks. It took me a couple weeks to get over how nervous I was. I mean, I'm working with Christian Slater. Patrick Dempsey,
Girl.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
All hot.
Yeah, by the way. Like, I had to get over, like, Patrick in those eyes, you know.
Well, I'm talking about Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, she is.
My God.
She is the slayer.
Yes.
All these people, I'm like, I've admired them for so long. And
Same.
I'm like, I can't believe I'm actually filming with these people. I never just thought in my lifespan
Yeah.
I'd be working with them on a series. So I had to pinch myself a couple times. And especially even Christian Slater, I was like, whoa, I might have had your poster up on
I mean, didn't we all? We
on my
sure
wall.
did.
And I got Mr. McDreamy. And it's like I was thrown right into it.
Yeah.
So did you forget your little Crusader cape in the car?
What can I say? I don't back down.
You would like embody this character so well because you're tough as nails. You come from New York, you're sassy. And also like having the experience of like growing up as a brown woman. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like and how much harder you have to fight.
Yes.
And just like LaGuardia being a woman in a man's world, like you already embody that.
Yes.
Are there certain like mannerisms and whatnot that you were like, I gotta catch on, I caught on to that,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna use that?
Well,
What
once I got the
specifically?
show and
Yeah.
realized, okay, this is gonna be, these are huge shoes to fill.
Yes.
First off, the Dexter fandom, like everybody that I know who's ever watched this show
Is excited.
adores the show.
Yes.
They love the show. I gotta be honest, I was like, okay, I got this. Like, I have to step out of mom life. I have to step out of
Yes.
Christina Milian. I have to step into Maria LaGuardia. Luna Lauren Velez played the original Maria LaGuardia. I have so much respect for her, and I'm just very thankful for what she's done. And I love watching her, and I love like finding her mannerisms in my character. I feel them sometimes actually when I'm doing it. I'm like, whoa, it's like she took over. I guess that's why we love it so much. It's super cool.
I'm so interested to know like what backstory did you work on?
Well, I think what I honed in on is like, you know, what makes her tough as nails? What got her to be captain of Miami Metro? My character comes in the 90s.
Yep.
Everything is not as equal. Women in the workforce and in this
Thank you.
specific job, this is like, it takes some cojones or some tetas.
Of course.
That's what we're gonna call it. And at that, in Florida and in Miami, like, it's a strong woman that is coming into this, but also she's dealt with a lot. So I was thinking about all of that, what that embodies. Why does she dress the way that she does? How does she feel this confidence? Where does she come from? And she is a Cuban woman. I am a Cuban, which is great. So I know this already.
Yes.
I know where my family came from. I know what it took them to get to America
Yep.
to make a life for me. So I thought about, you know, I could put myself in those shoes already. You know what your family did for you. You come with nothing, and you have to make a life for yourself.
But also as a woman of color, you gotta work 10 times harder,
Yes.
100 times harder
Oh, yeah.
to really make it to where you're at.
Absolutely.
And so you have this like hard exterior shell, but we all know that of course there's always gonna be a vulnerable soft side.
Absolutely.
So when you met Angel Batista on set, and the first thing he does is hit on you, knowing that he's like,
Who knew it would be her possible future for like half
I
a second?
know, right?
Detective Batista, Angel. Though, the name's a misnomer.
Where's my desk?
What's that?
Detective Maria LaGuardia. I work here now, and I don't fraternize with colleagues.
As your character, I loved watching her, and she's like, nah, I'm here to work.
And she's here to keep her eye on these guys because, you know, nobody's paying attention to what's happening in the community, to the world that she knows. There are people that aren't looking, you know, to protect the people on the streets where she comes
Yeah.
from, you know? So she's keeping an eye on them, and she's also just making sure that she really looks out for her community. And that's what I love about her. She's like, I'm not here to play. I'm not here to play any games. You get to know as time proceeds and you get to see it. Like, she's very passionate about it.
You know, typically I say a few words of introduction, but better to introduce you with your own words. And I quote from the Miami Herald. Miami Metro has let a number of homicide cases slip through the cracks, mainly drug users, sex workers, and the homeless. They're known internally as NHIs, no human involved.
I mean, hearing the term for the first time, no humans involved. But we're talking about cases of prostitutes, of drug dealers.
Yeah.
These are all lives.
These are human, these are people. They have names, they have families, there are attachments to these people. And I think it's disheartening for her to know that the rest of the department, that these people don't have a definition. And that's where, you know, someone like Maria LaGuardia comes in, and she brings life to those names.
All the
and
cases.
all the cases,
Yeah.
yes.
Before we dive into the kill, we are gonna play a little game called Dexter's Decisive Distinctions.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a quick fire question answer kind of game. I'm gonna say, you know, biggest prankster on set. and then you let me know the first person that comes to
Done.
mind.
Okay.
Biggest prancer on set.
Christian Slater, not so much the prankster, but he's just like, there's days he's just giddy.
Most likely to keep a secret.
Ooh, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes, I love her, and she's very secretive. Scene stealer extraordinaire.
Ooh, Patrick Dempsey.
Just that look,
Yeah.
right? Most surprising off-screen personality.
Ooh, oh, Patty. He's got an Irish accent and he loves the pate.
Okay, love a good Irishman.
Patty Gibson. Yeah.
And then best improviser.
Oh,
You can say yourself.
I'm going. I stick to the paper.
Okay.
But I think the best improviser, I'm going to have to give it to Patrick Dempsey.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Most likely to play detective in real life.
I mean,
come on. I would
come
think so, too.
on.
That's my
Yeah,
answer.
I'm actually, yeah.
Most likely to take home a prop.
Our Masuka is like Masuka in real life. He's a quirky guy and he's trying to take his shoes back home as it is. He's got some air pump shoes and he's like, I want these.
Keep an eye on the new detective, Maria. I don't trust her.
I gathered.
She's a climber. She wanted a spot on homicide, smeared us in the press, and forced me to hire her. If she slips up,
I'll come directly to you.
precisely.
I love that Maria's sent into the precinct to not shake things up, but to really keep tabs on people, you know? And so I love that Harry's character is assigned to like make sure that you, when you do screw up, that the captain's the first one to know. What can we expect from this dynamic throughout the series?
There's a really cool dynamic that I think happens from the beginning. It's not an accident, but it's something that is almost bestowed upon Harry. And there's a trust factor that we have to kind of gain between each other, which is really interesting because with Maria, trust isn't just given.
No, you
easily.
earn it.
Yeah, you have to earn
Yeah.
it. She's always paying attention. She's always investigating, and she's just focused. You'll see a growing work relationship between the two of them that eventually even there's some good honesty in some moments that
Vulnerability.
are more, some vulnerability, which is nice to see between the characters. Because yes, you could be strong, you could be hard, you can investigate all day, but there's a core to these people, and that's what the origin story is about. And family is very much the core of that. So there are some moments where that is brought up throughout time. You'll get to see that. I hate not being able to say.
I know, I wish you could.
There's a really special bond that happens between La Huerta and Harry.
I understand the concept of triage, but the cases on the top of that board all have one thing in common. The victims are white. If a black boy was kidnapped in Little Haiti, do you think that they would hold a press conference on the courthouse steps?
I mean, speaking of family, you know, one of the famous lines that Maria always says throughout the original series is, "This is our family, you look out for one another," you know? But in the first scene, it doesn't seem like you're doing that. Because the first scene, you're looking out for the victims and the victims' families.
Exactly. Yeah, because she's just, like you said, she's keeping tabs on these
Yeah.
guys, but they're not doing it. They're not looking out for the people that are not on the top of the board, She's looking out for the little boy in Little Haiti. Like, she's part of that community.
Yeah.
And so, in the beginning, it's not out for her, but she's just focused.
I kind of like the arc of this character, though, because it's like you come in kind of being skeptical of all your fellow brothers wearing the shield.
So,
And then once you get to know them, I would assume that you're like, okay, these are good people.
Yes.
We do look up, now we are a team.
yes. I think it'll take a little bit of time.
Yeah, okay, good to know. All right, not gonna happen
I
immediately.
don't think it happens easily. And I think you see that in Dexter in
Yeah.
general between her and everybody. She's always, even as the captain, I don't think everybody's always a fan of La Huerta until over time you get to kind of
Yeah.
like have more of a bond with them. So imagine like 15 years prior to that.
Yeah.
New girl doesn't get it easy.
So you got somebody to talk.
I did. The witness saw a black and gold Pontiac Grand Am. Didn't get the plates. It's a crumb, but
It's good work, detective. What can I do to help? You want me to compile a list of vehicles that match the description?
thanks. But I've got it covered.
So La Huerta and Harry, obviously we only see him in like
The flashbacks.
flashbacks in the original. So it's nice to see the human version
Yeah.
of him and kind of like his history and what he becomes and what he does for Dexter and all that stuff, why he is who he is. It is interesting and it's kind of cool to see that La Huerta had interactions with Harry. She did know him well, and being a single father, family means so much to him. So I think listening to what Maria has to say, I think it means something to him.
Yeah.
I think a woman's voice
And intuition.
and intuition
Yes.
really, it stands out for him. So it's nice to see that at some point he might respect that.
He starts to pay attention. And he gives you a little bit, like when you do a good job, he tells you good job.
Yeah, Yeah, it's nice.
She's wearing my earrings.
What do you mean, your earrings?
Nurse Mary's earrings that I took from her after.
What?
So in episode 3, Dexter reveals to Harry that he kept the earrings of Nurse Mary. And this weird dynamic of like raising a serial killer, like he's telling him that he still has the instincts and he still wants to kill again. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh my gosh, it's dark.
I know.
What a dark, sinister situation that we all root for. How is this happening? But you kind of get it. It's kind of like when you tell your kids, like, if you ever do anything, make sure I know first so I can lie for you. At least that's how it is
Or
in my
protect, or
family.
learn how to protect you, right?
So I can protect you.
Yeah.
But whatever you do, make sure I don't find out last.
Yes.
You know, it's one of those things. You get it. You know, as a parent, you want to protect them. You want to teach them the right ways. But in this case, you know, it's such a special situation.
Yes. I mean, it really
And
is.
you don't keep the evidence. You do whatever you do. You don't want to get caught. And keeping one little piece of evidence is gonna change the whole trajectory of everything.
Thank
so
you.
he's learning a lot through Harry.
No, but also playing detective, like, you know, that's like cardinal rule number 1. You
Hello.
don't get caught.
Exactly. You live and you learn, or you die.
And then he throws in the swamp at the end of the
Yeah,
episode.
he's got to like steal these earrings back, and then he's got to get rid of it. It's so much more work. He shouldn't have done it.
Well, I've noticed within the first 3 episodes, there are some Easter eggs. Can you confirm that there are Easter eggs?
Does a bunny hop?
Yes, thank you. Keep your
I
eyes
guess that's
open.
what you love about an origin story. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Right? Keep your eyes open.
Before we get to the kill, I want to play a little game called Blood Slide Roulette. Would you do the honors and open the lid, please?
Let's see.
Okay.
Ooh,
so we have
oh,
50
look at
blood
that.
slides. And on each slide, there is a question. Some silly, some serious, and some very twisted. So out of the numbers 1 through 50, can you pick a number?
I'll go with 26.
Great choice. Number 26. If you had to choose a secret hobby for Dexter that wasn't being a serial killer, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. He's a very unique guy, just for fun. I mean, he's really good with his hands. I'd say he's like a saxophone player.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say masseuse. I was like, I'll take that.
I wouldn't
you're
trust
hired.
him.
Okay, that's
Laying
true.
naked on a slab
That's true.
around
This is
Dexter.
true. Let's do another one.
I'm gonna go with number 2.
Sure.
Yeah?
Number 2.
Okay.
Ooh. Which 90s fashion trend would you bring back today?
Well, I wore a lot of cross colors back then.
Okay.
That was in the 90s.
Was it
Born in the
crisscross
80s and
or cross colors?
Cross colors.
Okay.
I did like crisscross
I
with
know.
the backward bit, but I
Yes.
never did that.
Oh, I did.
But Daisy Dukes and bodysuits. I still wear the Daisy Dukes every now and then.
Okay.
But bodysuits was my thing. You know, I had this one cross-colored bodysuit I wore for my 12th birthday, and I got a lot of compliments on that, and I wish I never got rid of it. You got fingerprints.
I mean, come on, the ring.
Possible tattoos, rings, anything that's gonna,
To
it's a dead
identify.
giveaway. You're gonna get identified. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
What can we expect from the season? Of,
Oh,
like,
my lips are sealed. I don't know if I can tell you, but I mean, that ... makes you wonder what's gonna happen next, because that's obviously, like, you don't want to leave any evidence behind in the hand.
But also, Tony Furr has a lot of enemies. You
He
know what I'm
does,
saying?
yeah.
Like, he's killed a lot of people himself.
This is true.
So
I'm
maybe
happy
it won't.
about that.
Maybe he can pin it on someone else.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
maybe.
predicting.
Who knows?
What are you most excited about being a part of this series, being a part of this franchise?
Wow, to be a part of Dexter, I have to say I'm honored to be part of something that, you know, so many people love, that's already been set. Like, the foundation of it has been set for me, and now I can also just like grow from
Make it
that.
your
As
own.
Maria LaGuerta, I can make it my own. I'm finally like, I got over the nervous jitters. I found myself, I found my Maria, and at the same time still pay respect to the Maria that has been set already, which means so much to me. Like, that part I was like, okay, how do I respect what has been done and at the same time create a storyline beforehand, you know, that I think matters to me, that I feel comfortable with, that's gonna grow into that. There's room to grow, and I love the story. I love it's crazy, and everything about it is so unexpected, and it's like this fun ride every single episode. So I can't wait to see how this goes, where it continues to grow.
I mean, I sense that it's going to go multiple seasons.
I hope so. You know,
I think
You
so.
know, I always like lower your expectations, and the best happens.
I know.
So let's see. You know, I love what's happened so far. I love what's happening in this moment, and I do hope that the fans, really, it matters to me what the fans feel as
Yeah.
well, because they're the ones tuning in to watch it.
Yeah.
So hope you
I
guys
mean, they
love it.
will. So far, so great. Are there any fun stories you can tell us about that happened on set?
Oh, there's so many probably. Oh, you know what? Alex Masuka.
He's a sweetheart.
He's a sweetheart. He's like our baby, by the way. But he's got such a young spirit. And he's like, just comes in and he's happy to be there. And he's like, just feels really good about just, you know, being part of this franchise as well. So I just get him. You know, I love happy people. It's oftentimes you'll be shooting and like there'll be a break and Alex pops up immediately and he's like, I got a TikTok idea.
Oh boy, here we go. I love that.
If you go on to, I'm sure his TikTok or even the show Dexter TikTok or Instagram.
It's all
or
led by him.
Any socials. It's led
Okay.
by Alex.
I
so
love this.
you'll see us 1 second, you know, trying to solve a crime. You got blood and you got body parts all over the place, and then we're stepping over to the side to make a TikTok.
I love
and dance
this.
with
Is
Alex.
Patrick and Christian Slater involved in these TikToks?
When the power of Alex Shimizu comes around, you just do it.
Oh, I
you
love
just do
this.
it. Let him guide you, and yes, I have.
Keep us young.
We all did it, and you'll see it throughout the season.
Thanks for tuning into Dexter Final Cut, and a huge thank you to our wonderful guest, Christina Milian. It was such a pleasure chatting with you, learning more about you. You're so freaking talented, and I'm so honored that you're here.
Well, that's you. Thank you very much.
And don't forget to subscribe to the Dexter YouTube channel, drop a comment, and jump into the Dexter community. We love hearing all your theories and your questions. Stream new episodes of Dexter Original Sin next Friday, only on Paramount Plus with Showtime, and then swing by the Dexter YouTube channel the day after for our official breakdown. I'm Jamie Chung, and until then, tread lightly. And stay tuned for a sneak peek of next week's episode.
Seen dead bodies before. I don't know why this one did this to me. Our killer wanted to feel the life leaving, wanted to look into the victim's eyes.
You saying it was personal.
My brother just started working with my dad. They can't get enough of each other.
I'm scared if I try to bottle them up, these feelings will come out in ways I can't control. If anyone deserves to be killed, it's whoever did this.
Do you have someone in mind?
Dexter Original Sin. New series now streaming on the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.